I would have to say that the model works simply because there's true ownership, true control of your business, control of your business, control of your destiny. Everything is up to you. You can be as successful as you want, because all of the tools are in the box. Your markets are there, your operations are there, your training is there, your technology is there, and the mentorship is there. And ultimately, that's why the model works. I go back to when this contract actually was first born back in, I'm going to say 30 years ago, when I took a similar contract out with a brokerage out of London, Ontario, that had Randy Carroll as the mentor. And, there's a big difference between it being a producer and the pride of ownership. And I think of, some of the broker partners that we have within the organization right now. You can just see the confidence. They walk into rooms different. I am a proud broker partner of AI Insurance, and I own my own business. And the model works based on the fact that, with all due respect to the brokers in the province, most of them are just out for themselves. At AI, we're rooting for you. And I think back to my longtime friendship with Randy Carroll, and he has been a huge part of the success of my career. I like this one. This is the first person I got from the gallery that I liked. I remember walking through the, I guess it's called the Canada Life Centre, formerly the Budweiser Gardens, and formerly the John Labatt Centre in London, Ontario, and I ran into a guy that I used to work for. And at the time, I think I was leading up the efforts at Pacific Marine, bringing it to Eastern Canada, and him knowing what my network was like, he looked at me and he said, "We need to buy an insurance brokerage." And I said to him point blank, "I've made you rich once. I'm not going to make you rich again." And that was the end of the conversation. This is your shot. This is your opportunity. This is your opportunity to say, at the end of the day, am I going to end up with a gold watch or a pot of gold? And ownership is the key. There's really no nice way to say it. At the end of the day, when I think of the last 3 insurance jobs that I left with a check because I owned it. And that's kind of what it's like here. I'm find myself at 55 or 60 years old, and it's about time I go spend some more time at my cottage up in Muskoka or wherever. But when you decided you're retired, it's more than a gold watch. Whether you sell the business to AI or whether you sell it to somebody else, ultimately you've got control of where that goes. And like I said, there's a far difference between deciding to retire and retiring with a very large check. And I can tell you, from the 3 times I've done it, it feels pretty good. What's stopping you? There are best-in-class brokers out there. There are guys with true entrepreneurial spirit. There are guys that are prepared to take that leap of faith and understand that this is a great business. If you're the kind of person who really likes helping people, which they're probably the people that I'm talking to right now, if you take that leap of faith, I guess you will be truly rewarded for the good things that you do for people. Taking calls at 7 o'clock at night or whatever the case may be. You will be rewarded far better as a broker partner than you would ever be as a producer or account executive or whatever fancy titles they give you that. But at the end of the day, if my business card said business partner, I'd far rather see that than anything else.